I know everyone's badgering on about it, but it's really important. This is a confusing moment and people are picking up on lots of subtle cues and body language. Quite often managers have too many people to look after. Hello, my name's Jake and welcome back to the Culture Business YouTube channel, More Than Just Management Consulting. I made a video, one of my first actually, and it was all about working from home. And this needed a revamp a year on from the first UK lockdown, so I made one specifically for bosses and managers to tell them what they need to be focusing on, and this one is specifically for employees. I promised it, and this is the revamp of how to best work from home and overcome some of the issues that might be plaguing you in your day-to-day life. There are 3 points that you need to be focusing on as a minimum as an employee working from home, so let's go straight into number 1. Collective bargaining power. We deal with conflicts face-to-face at work a lot, and even if it's not like confrontational conflicts, it's at least an exchange of ideas, and this is a confusing moment and people are picking up on lots of subtle cues and body language which you can't get when you are over Zoom or Microsoft Teams. You can't communicate as effectively over video chat is the basic problem that a lot of people face. So it might seem when these conflicts arise that you don't have a voice, that you can't get your point across effectively, and this is where collective bargaining power comes in. Collective bargaining power is a way to increase your voice. There are 2 ways that you can do this. Firstly, you can see if your colleagues are having a similar issue, and rather than all of you going separately to your manager trying to sort this out, if you come together and consolidate your points, you can present it in an easier package for your boss or manager to deal with. This can be a bit difficult because it can seem like everyone's ganging up on the boss and then the boss will react badly, but if you do it in an effective and nice way and you have a good relationship with your boss, then this can be useful. Secondly, and perhaps more effectively, you can have a liaison between you and your managers or bosses. Obviously, in a hierarchical structure, your boss is meant to represent you to his boss. But quite often managers have too many people to look after, and not to mention they have different biases and perspectives to you. So having someone from your cohort who is on the same level, who works with you and can understand all of the difficulties that you and your colleagues are having, can represent you perhaps better. And when you have one person coming up with the presentation to your managers, it can be much more effective than everyone just piling in and trying to sort everything out at the same time, because bosses are having a hard time at working from home too. Number 2 is mental health. And people who don't focus on mental health can tend to think that people are banging on a lot about it at the moment, because it is coming to the forefront of people's lives a lot more. And it's not just something that's going to peak and then go away. It is something that people are realizing is an important issue at the moment. So perhaps one way to think about it is that the state of your mental health could be limiting you from seeing other perspectives and realizing what sort of mental state you are in. But secondly, you could just be really, really mentally healthy, and in that respect, working on your mental health will only serve to make you a more comfortable person. So there really isn't a downside to focusing on mental health apart from a little bit of investment of your time. And if you are one of the people that just have great mental health, that's really good, but you can also consider other people are having a tough time of it as well. Communicate with your colleagues as normally as possible. When I say normally, back before the pandemic, because that's what everyone is used to. And just think that the little hi, how are yous in the office could go a long way for some people, even though they don't mean a lot to you. And when everything is taken away, when everything's been stripped away in such an extreme manner, these little things do add up. Finally, take control. Just as you might be struggling working from home, so are your bosses. And their communication skills over video chats and things like that are equally as regressive as yours are compared to what normal talking face-to-face is like. So take control and help out and just make everything easier for the both of you. I like to do little things like setting checking times for your emails, saying that I will be checking my emails between 9 and 10 in the morning, and then they know that that's when you're going to reply and that's it. You can also add auto responses to your emails. So like out of office messages, you can adjust those and target them to more specific situations. And finally, one that everyone can do and works so well is saying in emails, oh, can you do this? And if not, can you do this? And adding more information to the one specific email and saying, once you have done this, then get back to me. Just little things like that stop back and forth emails when things go wrong. And if someone has all the information, it means you can leave them to do their job and let them take up their time rather than taking up all of your time. To summarize, in 2021, make your life easier working from home in 3 ways. Firstly, collective bargaining power can be used to make changes that would otherwise fly under the radar during video chats and things like that. Secondly, focus on your mental and physical well-being. I know everyone's badgering on about it, but it's really important. And then once you can do that, look after the mental and physical well-being of other people as best you can. And finally, be active rather than reactive and take control of the communication between you and your higher ups or your colleagues, because as much as you might struggle with video chats and things like that and not being able to get your point across, they're having the same problem as everyone else. If you like this video, go below right now and like this video. And if you want to continue the conversation, comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. But above all else, just subscribe to this channel so you can catch me in the next video.